Alright, so before we start the video, I would like to clear this basic yet very important thing. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I don't have a bachelor's, master's or doctorate in anything related to or associated to human psychology. So let that sink in and let's just be very aware of it. Now, the accounts, incidents and the content in this video, just like all the other Men's Essentials videos, are purely based out of my own personal life. Yes, they're all purely based out of my personal life experiences. So do keep this in mind before watching the video. Clear? Solid? Alright then, let's get started. Gentlemen, my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. This is Men's Essentials. Let's roll. There we go. Okay, so the thing is, the society is a funny place. The family, the friends, the parents and the partners, all of it, yes, all of it is a funny space. I mean, see, most of us are born normal, most of us are born healthy, most of us are born cuddly and absolutely fine. But, it's this magnificent society that we live in actually screws us over or fucks us. How? Well, let me explain. If you are from an average middle class family in this country or in this territory, how often do you remember being unhappy as a kid? How often do you remember being mentally unsettled as a kid? How often do you remember questioning your life, your existence, your purpose, your hobby and your own meaning as a kid? Not much, do you? You just remember jumping around, playing around and living a happy life. But then age happens and society starts playing a funny role. Yes, we are raised to get into a college we don't like, get a job we don't want, marry someone and have kids, even when we are just exploring life. So whenever we are in this process, this theoretical societal process, and whenever we see someone living this apparent settled lifestyle, we start to judge ourselves. Gentlemen, we start to criticize ourselves. We start to question our existence. We start to doubt ourselves. For example, you are this 18-year-old kid and you just graduated school. You scored an 85%, your friend scored 95. You got anxiety. Your friend's studying in IIT and you are not. Anxiety. Your friends, family or relatives are banking cash and you aren't. Anxiety. Your girlfriend left you or you just had a terrible breakup, your relationship's failing, more anxiety. Your job sucks, anxiety. You're supposed to be married by this pseudo stupid number or pseudo stupid age, but you aren't, more and more and more anxiety. Gentlemen, when you try to put a structure, a timeline or a weird arbitrary goal to your life, your happiness and your sanity, you are bound to get anxieties, you are bound to be unsettled and unhappy. You see, one very easy way to explain this is by social and approach anxiety. It's not that something we are born or sent in this world with social or approach anxiety. It's something that we cultivate and learn ourselves while we are actually living in. It's a stupid societal norm that we start to believe in, that we start to live by, and thus screwing up our own happiness and sanity. Because see, when you force your conscience to have a well-paid job or be a well-settled man by 21 and have 5 kids and be happy by the age of 30, then you are bound to have panic attacks. You are bound to live with anxieties. Gentlemen, we don't need to figure out our financial shit by 30. We don't need to be settled by 22 and we don't need to get married by 35. Hell, I'll go as far as even say that we don't really need to even get married, have $1 million in our bank account or be this super Bilzerian guy to be happy, sane and sorted. Ratan Tata is one very fine example. Yes, of course, he has a lot of money. He is Ratan Tata. Of course, he has a lot of money. He's probably one of the richest men in the world. But it's not his money that I'm interested or excited about. It's his holistic spiritual way of life that I think most people should learn about or most people should start relating to. We'll talk more about it in a couple of minutes. Anyway, so the sooner you realize that you have plenty time in your life, the sooner you realize that there is no rush, no gold mine to catch every time, the more settled and happy you be, the more peaceful and spiritual your life be. I mean, why do we forget this honest truth? Why do we neglect this honest fact? We have a lot to live. It's our entire life that we are talking about. We actually have our entire life to be happy, to truly do things that we love, and to live life with an absolute inner peace. Now, how do I know so? Well, because I have had first-hand experiences with it. I have been through it, I have suffered it, and hell, we are all dealing with it in some way or the other as we speak. I mean, I was this weird competitive man who used to think that competition is a way of life, or chaos is a way of life. But what I most blatantly failed to realize was chaos is the key to disaster. You cannot be happy, you cannot be settled, you cannot be content, you cannot really enjoy yourself if you are in this chaotic sphere of competition, unhappiness, unsettlement, and anxiety. Because you see, happiness is a skill, it's a process, it's a way of life. Gentlemen, it's a philosophy that everyone must master, just like the way they deal with their fitness, finances, and everything similar likewise. Because the skill to be content and happy needs to be mainstreamed and it needs to be commonized. The skill of you being settled and peaceful in your head needs a bigger audience, it needs a bigger mic. Just like your fitness, just like your six-pack abs, or just like those big fat paychecks. Because in this current age of 2020, the amount of toxic family members, toxic friends, toxic influence, and toxic brain fart that we have all around is not a healthy way to live a settled, contained, and a happy life. Because in this current age of 2020, the amount of toxic friends, toxic family, and toxic influence, toxic thoughts that we are dealing with on a daily basis is a very efficient way for us to be in a dark, lonely place. And there is no surprise to this hidden fact that 99.99% of today's generation, be it from the age of 15 to 35, are suffering from some sort of anxieties, acute depressions, and things like that. The Industrial Revolution has already made us all very insecure about our purpose and existence in life. And the way the society and social media is and has been influencing us on a daily basis, shit is just about to get worse passing by. Because what really happens when we sadly, consciously try to be a part of this supposed society, we start compromising ourselves, we start compromising our happiness. We take that stupid job we hate, we be friends with people we don't relate. We buy this fancy car nobody really cares about, and we get a house 4 times as big than what we really needed. Slowly and steadily, one by one, step by step, we succumb to this booby trap of fitting in and doing well. So, in my personal opinion, this needs to be escaped. And it's a two-way process, rather a two-step process. 1, self-awareness. 2, self-acceptance. Because first, you have to be truly, genuinely aware of yourself. You have to know what you like, you have to know what you love, and you have to know what you can't stand or relate. And second, you have to truly and wholeheartedly accept your truth, your honest and sincere truth. Because see, things starts uncomplicating itself once you are truly very self-aware and self-accepting. Because when you have accepted your role, when you have accepted that you are in charge of your life, nobody is going to matter, nothing is going to relate. Because once we sort that out, once we actually, genuinely, sincerely know what makes us happy, once we truthfully know what we should do daily to keep ourselves in a positive, cheerful mental state, living the rest of the life becomes relatively easy. No, not very easy, but relatively easy. And one way to do this, one way to actually be self-aware and start accepting your true honest self is by learning to be with ourselves. Gentlemen, it is by learning to actually sit down and talk to ourselves. It is by questioning our very own conscious and being 100% honest with the answers that we gave. Coming back to Ratan Tata, do you know why Ratan Tata is so happy? Do you know why Ratan Tata is so successful? No, not because he is a billionaire, because his $1 billion are a byproduct of what he does. It's a byproduct of what he's actually very good at. And what he does and what he is really very good at is business, entrepreneurship, manufacturing, making and building shit up. He is crazy passionate about flying. He does a lot of things that he is inspired about to live a happy life. So he does what makes him happy, and in return, coincidentally, the market appreciates him a lot, the market loves his products a lot, and thus, in return, he makes a whole lot of money. But if he was really very flamboyant or a little too show-offy about his wealth, he would be living in a very fancy house. He would be living in one of the most expensive houses. He would be showing off his private jets and whatnot, and he would be doing a lot of things that you see plenty other billionaires do. But what he does is something very, very different. He is 82 years old, he is single, and he is happy. He is an architect, so he designed his own house where he is living quite happy. He has a couple of private jets. I mean, come on now, he's Ratan Tata. But guess what? He actually flies them every now and then whenever he's in a mood or whenever he's feeling happy. That's the reason I find Ratan Tata to be this most holistic, spiritual man that has ever lived or that has ever been in the world of entrepreneurship, business, or the Indian industry. That man defines the spirituality I believe in. That man lives by the ideologies I believe in. And that's one reason I am a die-hard fan of this man called Ratan Tata. I mean, Gary Vee, Naval Ravikant, Joe Rogan, The Rock, Elon Musk, all these guys are on that same path. All these guys are doing very similar like that. They actually love to do what they do is the reason they are able to do it so much so often. Elon Musk is crazy about SpaceX and Tesla. Therefore, he can actually be in the office and work for 14-16 hours because his work is his play. Gary Vee loves to build businesses. Therefore, he can actually work on building different businesses for 14-16 hours because his work is his play. Naval Ravikant is an angel investor. He loves to invest in small companies. He loves entrepreneurship. Therefore, this work is his play. The Rock loves to do movies. Therefore, his work is his play. The same concept, the same logic applies to every other successful man that you would see around. Every other man who is holistically sound and spiritually quite intact that you will see around. Because they don't really do it because they want to make money. Sure, the market appreciates their content, the market appreciates their product, and at the very end of it, they do end up making some decent amount of money. But the sheer joy of doing something that they love is the reason they do it at the very first place. And that's one reason why I love these men. You see, they don't really care about competition. Do you think Tesla cares about what Mercedes does? He doesn't. He's doing things of his own. Tata is doing things of his own. And that's the beauty of your life when you're truly living it in your own actual, honest way. You see, internet is a godsend. There are many professors at IIMs who say internet to be this 11th avatar of Vishnu. And I wouldn't deny the fact that it could possibly be. It is the net neutralizer. It is the global neutralizer. It is the essence of free trade. So if you really want to live your life on your terms, if you really want to be happy, fulfilled, and just do things the way you would want, internet is one such crazy thing that actually can empower you, enable you, and help you live your dream, and can actually give you the freedom you want from your life. Yes, it can actually give you the happiness, the genuine, sincere joy that you want from your life. But it is the same internet that can corrupt your soul, that can corrupt your thoughts, your morals, your ethics, that can put you in this very competitive headspace where you're never happy, always chasing chaos, and unsettled and anxious all the time. I mean, to us middle class people, all our modern life diseases are diseases of abundance. A sugary chocolate or a trip to the video game parlor was once a moment of joy for the scarce community or the scarce world. Now we have it all in abundance. Now we are all overexposed to everything. So the best way to survive in this modern society is by being ascetic. No, not aesthetic, but ascetic. Yes, it is by actually retreating from the society. Gentlemen, there is too much society, too much influence everywhere we go. There's society in our pocket, in our ears, in our phones, in our wallet, in our mind, every time, every place we could ever possibly go. Hell, you are getting socialized right now by watching this video and listening to my words. That's how crazy things are. So, the only solution to happiness? Turn it off. Hey, so I hope this video helped. I hope this video was well worth your time. I tried out something new with the studio space and with the video format because I really wanted to talk about this topic. I mean, this was something very personal. This was something very important for me to share. So, here you go. Now, in case you aren't aware, we recently had a small restock at TMB Basics. Our signature collection, our spring collection, long sleeves, and our classics, all of them are in stock. A very small restock for the next upcoming month because we are preparing for a very big launch in the month of July and August, our Independence Day launch. So in case you would want to pick any one of these that you haven't till date, we have some of these still remaining in our stock. Most of them are out of stock because I put up the story on Instagram a couple of days back and you all went crazy at it, so thank you so much for it. But in case you are in luck, you can probably get yourself a long sleeve if it is something that you can find in stock, or you can get a signature series because this is probably the best luxury t-shirt you can buy in this country. Check them all out at www.tmbasics.com. For now, I'll get back to work and I'll see you soon in the next episode. Gentlemen, my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. Thanks a lot for watching. Brush up, stay strong and stay stylish. Also, don't forget to live happy. Don't forget to be your best self. Trust me, you deserve it more than anyone else. I'll see you in the next one. Jai Hind. Take care. Bye.